guys, how you all doing? I hope you're having a great day. So last December I visited my village after many years. So I am from a very small village in Uttarakhand. It is called Buddha Dang. You cannot even find it on a Google map. It is so remote. And I vlogged few bits on this trip and I thought I should really share it with you. It shows you how people live in mountains, how people live in village, which is very different from the life we have in city. And also it might inspire few of you to visit these remote villages in Uttarakhand and enjoy the relaxed life there, because the hustle bustle of city can sometimes become overwhelming. Anyway, let's get into the video. We started at the crack of dawn to avoid the traffic, and I was planning to sleep for next few hours. When I woke up, we were amongst the mountains. The air was literally different, the vibe was different, people were more welcoming, and I was so happy to be back in mountains. We stopped in between because I wanted to show you guys this holy place called Dev Prayag. You can see two different color of water because two rivers, Bhagirathi and Alaknanda, meets here and they become Ganga. Every time I look at this place, I feel so calm. And we continue our journey into the mountains. Because it was December, there was fog in some places, but surprisingly, it didn't impact the visibility. Midway, we decided to stop for some lunch at a very authentic Pahari dhaba. So this was a restaurant just on the side of the road among the mountains. It was very simple. This restaurant was run by a family, so I could see a father and a daughter working. Their food was very simple, but it was delicious and the people were amazing. We ordered aloo paratha and they served us with some Pahari green sabzi and dal and pickle. So my dad is telling me a story about this temple that you can see. This temple is very far from Kedarnath, but the day the Kedarnath cloudburst accident happened, this temple moved from its place. So now where you see it is a new place, but they say that this temple moved, and as soon as it moved, the cloudburst happened in Kedarnath. Just to show you how things are interconnected. You know what guys, when I was a kid, we used to travel by bus, and whenever there was a river flowing next to the road, I used to be so scared. I always used to imagine that the bus will fall into the river. I don't know why, but I used to imagine that and be terrified of it. After 8 hours of travel, finally we're near our village. I can see it from here, and just within few minutes we will be there. And we have reached the Jugaad parking area. Because it is a mountain village, there is no door-to-door road. So you have to keep your scooty cars parked here by the road and then walk to your home. So surprising that few years ago, people didn't even have bicycles in this village. And now people have cars, scooty. Humans have progressed so much in the last few years. So my dadi's place is just next to the road, but we are now going down towards the river where we have the main village. As you can see, the houses are all scattered now. Most of the people have moved near the road and made big houses. But back in the days, 30-40 years ago, everybody used to stay in this area like a big family, and kids used to be raised together. Festival used to be celebrated together. It was a happier time when we had no TV, no internet, make us isolate ourselves. So we have finally reached the river area. So many memories attached to this place. When I was a kid, I used to come here with my chachi or with my cousins and enjoy this view or swim in the river while they wash their clothes here, because at that time there were no door-to-door pipelines. So people used to take water to drink, to wash clothes, wash utensils from this river. I was enjoying it, but also at the same time, I was shit scared that it might poke its horns into me. Back to my Dadi's place, from where I can see this beautiful view of river and mountains. So we follow this tradition that whenever we come to a village, we bring a lot of chocolate for kids and we distribute to them, and we have been doing this in so many years. It is so cold here, so we have light fire and I'm enjoying some chai with some bun. Simple things but gives so much joy. Because we're talking about joy, nothing gives my dadi more joy than this. It is a Pahari version of hookah. The top part has tobacco and coal and the bottom part has water. I don't know how it works, but that's all I know. It is next day and it is so cold, and hence I'm wearing the cap. We are now heading out to first go to a hike, and then we'll go to our Masi's place and stay there for a night. The hike part I will show you in the next vlog, because otherwise it will become a very big vlog. But now we are going to Masi place, and unlike my village, her village is on the top side of the mountain. After parking your car, you have to climb some portion of the mountain before reaching her place. This is how the kitchen in villages are. So they are made of bricks, but then you have this coating of mud over it. Keep the place very cool in summer and quite warm in winters. In summer, they usually use a different kitchen and they have gas and stove to cook, but in winter they prefer to cook on chula with wood fire. Next morning, I went for a stroll to explore this beautiful village and take in these breathtaking views. Unlike cities, there was no early morning rush, no sound of traffic's horns, just birds chirping away. After that, I spent some time on the terrace because it was really cold and I wanted to feel the sun on my skin. I had my breakfast here, read for some time, and then I went in the kitchen. I wanted to show you this tiny window in the kitchen through which you can see all the fields. It was so cute. Then I decided to help my mom and Masi's making some rotis. It was really fun. Also, the conversations between these three ladies were so hilarious. I really enjoyed it. And then everybody joined us in the kitchen where we had this amazing food together. Before leaving the village, we visited the temple of the village. So every village has their own temple, and this one was really beautiful. The views from that temple was amazing. And then it was time for us to go back to my dadi's place. You can see this is a stream of the water that comes from a mountain and flows throughout the village. And this is the path to my Mausi's place from the main path that you'll see ahead. One last look at this beautiful place before we head back. So the lady that you see walking in front of me, on her back she's carrying this bamboo basket which is called solti, and this is used to carry leaves, grass, even your grocery item in mountains. So as I mentioned before, my Mausi's house is on the mountains and you'll have to trek a little bit to reach there. And we are walking down now to the main road, and my mom and dad are telling me various things on the way about the houses, about the cattle, about the grass. But yeah, this is how the villages are in the mountains. They are not next to the road. You have to trek a little bit, and that is the reason why people are really healthy and fit in mountains. That is for the part 1 of this vlog. I'll see you in part 2.